I think that's wonderful. I don't eat meat. I think it is superb that he's altered his thought, and I hope a bunch of people follow that and we stop eating animals.
I think it's a little outrageous, but I think it kind of makes sense, especially because he's a big hot dog eater and not a veggie dog eater.
With no Joey Chestnut, there's no Nathan hot dog contest. The rest is just a scam. Come back, Joey, come back.
Those were two tourists and one real New Yorker who knows what's going on in the city. And they're weighing in on the forthcoming giant New York-sized competition to see who can eat the most of these things. Since the first recorded Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest in 1972, hordes have turned out to the corners of Surf and Stillwell Avenues at Coney Island to witness which competitor at Nathan's can down the most dogs. Here's me at the event a few years ago, very impressed. Here's my dad at that same event, very disgusted. And as we recently told you here in your daily news refresh, please subscribe, the unquestionable longtime star of the show, 16-time mustard belt winner Joey Chestnut, who set the world record of eating 76 of these bad boys in 10 minutes back in 2021, is not, as of press time, set to appear before cheering spectators witnessing people eat at a restaurant on July 4th.
We're in conversations with him. Everyone, I believe, hopes to resolve that. Whether we can or not, we don't know right now, but everybody's hopeful that that can be done.
That's George Shea, whose Twitter bio claims they say competitive eating is the battleground upon which God and Lucifer wage for men's souls. Which checks out, given he's the co-founder and chairman of Major League Eating, the governing body that organizes Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Now, when it comes to this time-honored exhibition of institutionalized gluttony, it's not just an occasion to test the skills of the world's finest competitive eaters, who Nathan's claims are actually very fit because they have to train and exercise vigorously so they can wolf down around 12,000 calories. Because, for one reason, their stomachs are so stretched out they can no longer tell when they're full. According to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, a project of the North American Meat Institute established in 1994 and funded by contributions from hot dog and sausage manufacturers and those who supply them with equipment, ingredients, and services, this emblem of American independence lands squarely in the throes of what they consider to be hot dog season. The months between Memorial Day and Labor Day, where they say around 38% of hot dogs, or about $614 million worth, get sold, with 10% of dog sales taking place in July alone, aka National Hot Dog Month, aka National Cell Phone Courtesy Month. Now, even though our nation's Hot Dog and Sausage Council claims that throughout the history of processed meat, traced from the humble sausage referenced in Homer's Odyssey to the German Frankfurter, the actual origin of hot dog is as debatable as the existence of UFOs. Of course, the prime contest's field is actually wide open for an entirely new species of competitor, with Chestnut not planning to attend this event. He recently said on Twitter he's going to take on a bunch of soldiers at Fort Bliss in their 4th of July eating contest, before going up against longtime rival Takiro Kobayashi again on Labor Day.
If it can't be done and Joey's not there, you're going to really have the first open event for many, many years. Joey's been dominant for 16 plus years. So what you're going to see if he's not there is Jeffrey Esper of Massachusetts, James Webb of Australia, Patrick Bertoletti of Chicago. There are a handful of guys who are going to be going for that #1 spot, and it's going to be very, very close.
Now, it is worth a moment to take a closer look at the actual marquee name at the heart of this contest, the humble American icon called Frank. After all, the World Health Organization says this emulsified blend of meat, spices, ice chips, and curing ingredients is carcinogenic to humans, as it's a processed meat just like ham, beef jerky, and canned meat. Processed meats like these have been linked to colon cancer, though the American Institute of Cancer Research has previously said that an occasional hot dog won't cause colon cancer. It's the regular consumption of these processed meats. And you should save those things for special occasions, like a hot dog at a ball game, or if you consider this eating contest a special occasion, 6 dozen every July. Now, as for Joey Chestnut, who told the Washington Post a while ago he eats an average of 1,200 dogs annually, or 19,200 over the course of 16 years, the reason he's not appearing in the 4th of July Coney Island contest is because of a dispute he's got with Major League Eating over an endorsement deal with vegan dog maker Impossible Foods, a major no-go that hot dog barker compared to Michael Jordan repping both Nike and Adidas. And sure, Impossible meats aren't made up from ground-up animals that found their way into the wrong wood chipper. These products are made of highly processed proteins that swap out flesh for science. And while vegan products like these are certainly better for whatever stray creature can be seen here, and while they're certainly better for the planet when compared to climate-changing burping cow beef, one new study that just came out a few weeks ago found that these ultra-processed plant-based foods aren't so hot for you either, and can even lead to heart disease disease, and even an early death. Great, you know what? Pass me another 200 hot dogs. Experts, of course, say what's most important is maintaining balance in a healthy diet that should be dominated by fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and not making a habit out of eating terribly processed, terrible foods all the time. Whether it's, one of whatever's been boiling in this thing for the past few months, or 75 of these things in 90-degree heat.
In my opinion, with hot dogs, I don't eat hot dogs because I think they're super gross and really processed.
That's another tourist in New York City who's got her own idea for a healthier eating contest.
It could be an apple eating contest. I think that'd be cool. That'd be fun if they did that in Times Square or something. Just had like an apple eating contest and called it the Big Apple.
While that sounds more like the headline event at a children's Halloween party, our Major League Eating major man did tell the Associated Press that the subject of a healthier eating contest has been broached. But you shouldn't hold your breath, especially if you're trying to drink a bunch of wet buns.
There have been lots of conversations on what we should be doing, whether we should have a pea eating contest, whether it should be a vegetarian contest, whether it should be a fruit eating contest, whether we should eat something else. Those have never gotten any traction for the simple reason that the hot dog contest is the hot dog contest.
With one recent study suggesting that eating a single hot dog could shave around 36 minutes off of your life, why not skip lunch and subscribe to @TheNewsRefresh on YouTube? 36 minutes would get you a few days worth of the weird and interesting news stories we put out each and every day. Food for thought.